before Tennessee football had one of its best Saturdays ever by Brew McCoy getting 2 touchdowns on senior day, the seniors showing out, beating UTEP 56-0, and of course, working their way into the college football playoff race with a bunch of teams ahead of them losing. Tennessee basketball made an exclamation statement Friday night, one that you just have to be proud of. The Vols beat the Baylor Bears 77-62 in dominating fashion. They completely controlled the game from start to finish. This followed how they beat Virginia at their own game the night before, and they won the tournament in the Bahamas. Tennessee is ranked number 11 right now. Baylor was ranked number 13. This was a very good matchup, and Tennessee controlled the game from start to finish. What stood out for Tennessee, obviously, is Chaz Lanier. Chaz Lanier was 7 of 10 from 3. 7 of 10 from 3. And scored 25 points on the night. That followed him scoring 26 against UVA the night before, where he had more than the rest of Virginia's starting 5. Virginia's entire starting 5 did not score as much as Chaz Lanier when they faced UVA. He was dominant again in that game. Igor Milicic Jr. continues to prove that he's a gigantic weapon and perfect for the system that they run with his inside-out game, as he scored 10 points. Both Lanier and Milicic. That is an inside-out scoring presence, guys, that's going to be hard to match. I'm just going to tell you this right now. With or without JP Estrella. Now, yes, Cameron Carr's got to get back. But with or without JP Estrella, Tennessee basketball is a national title contending team. I mean, they are. I know that's crazy. You may find that insane. But Tennessee basketball is easily a national title contending team, okay? The Vols, I said last week that they probably wouldn't be able to replace Dalton Connect, but they could recreate him in the aggregate. I might stand corrected on that. They may be able to replace Dalton Connect. Chaz Lanier is an incredible go-to scorer for Tennessee. Now, he doesn't have to connect size, so he can't do all the other things, but he is 6'4", 199. He's averaging 17.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and he's getting better as time goes on. Of course, the caveat. Chaz Lanier is winning and playing well because he's shooting so well from 3. And obviously, when you shoot this well from 3, you're naturally going to you're just naturally going to put up a lot of points and look like an elite scorer. But Chaz Lanier has proven he can manufacture points at different times. Now, this is where they recreate things in the aggregate. If Chaz Lanier is off, then Zakai Ziegler is likely to be on. Now, he was off throughout the tournament in the Bahamas, but that can happen sometimes. Jemai Mashak is capable of being on. Off the backcourt, Jordan Gainey can get on. In this game alone, Jordan Gainey was 3 of 6 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and scored 16 points. He's a weapon. So Tennessee has a lot of backcourt weapons if Chaz Lanier is not hitting. And then most notably, and I keep bringing him up, guys, he hasn't showed out yet. Darlington Dubar only played 12 minutes, and he was only 1 of 3 with 3 points. But that was a three-pointer he hit. He grabbed 4 rebounds, had a steal, and had an assist. Darlington Dubar is going to be an elite scoring option for Tennessee from anywhere on the court once all of this is taken care of, guys. I promise you, this Tennessee basketball team is a national title contending team. There is no debating that. Now, in terms of the interior, they didn't have JP Estrella, but Cade Phillips came in and dropped 11 points and had 4 rebounds in 21 minutes, okay? Felix Okpara had 3 points, 3 rebounds, but he is an athletic scrapper and has proven, like Cade Phillips, they can win the physical duels under the basket, which is a huge deal. And of course, then there's Igor Milicic, who can stretch the court like I told you guys, and get you 10 points. Guys, Tennessee has a lot of scoring options on this team. I think right now, just with the healthy players they have 8 guys who can average double figures. And yes, Darlington Dubar will prove he can average double figures. And I'm also going to say that Jemai Mashak, if he needed to, could average double figures as well. So truth be told, I got no problem with Tennessee and their basketball team. I don't think there's any weakness on this team. Guys, I'm dead serious. I think, like I said, they can recreate Dalton Connect in the aggregate. That sounds crazy, but truth be told, I don't know what else you guys would think about this. I mean, they blew out Baylor. Baylor's a good basketball team, okay? We're talking about a program that's just a couple years removed from a national title. Now, caveat, Baylor got blown out by Gonzaga to open the year, 101-63. That was at Gonzaga, though. Gonzaga's a very good team. They returned home to beat Arkansas 72-67. Since then, they blew out Sam Houston 104-67, blew out Tarleton State 104-41, and they got a thrilling win over St. John's 99-98 the night before they played Tennessee. I'll give you two caveats and drawbacks, though, outside of the blowout. Well, there's the blowout at Gonzaga. And even though they have 2 wins over ranked teams, when they played Tennessee, they were gassed from playing an overtime game the night before at St. John's. So they were a little more tired. These tournaments are gimmicky, but this is a quality win in Tennessee's cap. It's a win away from home. Those things are huge deals, and Tennessee continues to find scoring options, which is what they need to be able to continue to win games. Okay, so I think Chaz Lanier is their go-to guy. He could be their Dalton Connect from a scoring perspective. I'm just going to be honest. Rusty Shackelford says, Moneyball. You're right. When I said recreate Dalton in the aggregate, it's literally a Moneyball scenario. You're absolutely right, and that's what Tennessee's doing. So I think Tennessee is going to be fine. Now, I'm going to set that up as a poll question real quick, so bear with me here, guys. But the question is, what do you make of Tennessee basketball? And I'm going to say national title contender, I'm going to say in big trouble without JP Estrella. So here, I'll say it this way. How about this? Is Tennessee basketball a national title contender? The answers will be yes, and not without JP Estrella will be the no. So you guys vote on that. We're going to get that set up. I think they still are. This team is incredibly good. This team is as elite as it could possibly be. I'm telling you, at any given night, somebody outside of Chaz Lanier will score double figures, and Chaz Lanier is going to consistently score double figures, okay? He is a guy they can go to when everything breaks down. Now, will he keep shooting like this? I don't think so. And again, I'll give you guys another caveat that Georgia did beat St. John's 66-63 just recently, but I'll also add that St. John's blew out Virginia 80-55, and St. John's was tired from the Bahamas trip and the overtime game, and maybe Georgia's better than we thought too. So I'm saying all that to point out how good of a program Baylor actually is at this moment. I think Tennessee is a national title contender. I do. And right now the poll is split 50-50. Yes, 50%. No, not without JP Estrella at 50%. Guys, they are. I having watched enough of this team, I think they are easily a national title contender, even without JP Estrella. Rick Barnes has done a great job building this roster. And I told you guys that he was uniquely positioned for this era of college basketball because he could find guys that were elite scorers at lower levels that didn't get noticed coming out of high school, but would get noticed now, but now can transfer because of the new transfer portal rules. Can you throw a little bit of money at them for NIL, and these guys will want to play for 1 year at a program and under a coach that can develop them to get a shot at the NBA, and they're willing to fully buy into the system. I think Chaz Lanier is that guy this year. Dalton Connect was that guy last year. Darlington Dubar plays like Dalton Connect, so he could be that guy this year, okay? So I just want to point out there's a lot of things working in the favor of Tennessee basketball, and truth be told, Tennessee is in great shape. So Chad Morris asked, how was Baylor gassed when Tennessee didn't get to play till 10? They had less rest. That's a great point. They had less rest, but it was a night game the next day, Chad, and part of being gassed is how long you play. And when you play an overtime game like that and a slugfest, you're going to be more tired. Tennessee coasted to a dominating victory over Virginia. So, and Adam says, according to the TV commentators, Baylor had terrible conditioning. That is kind of funny. I think Tennessee is well conditioned. That's a great part of their program. They also go very deep. Again, they just have a lot of scoring options. So I think Tennessee basketball long-term, while they are going to miss JP Estrella, still has a lot to be excited for. They're still in great shape. They're going to be fine. And I think they are a national title contender. That's impressive. Guys, they didn't have Cameron Carr or JP Estrella when they played Baylor. And they didn't just beat him. It wasn't like a fluke win. They blew them out. The question is going to become, what can Tennessee do when a player like Chaz Lanier is not red hot from three? Because of Chaz Lanier and Jordan Gainey, they were 12 of 27 on the night. I believe, though, that Tennessee has enough players that somebody's going to get hot at any given point. So that player could do enough for them to win any game. Maybe not 77-62 over a top 15 caliber team, but maybe a 5-point win or something like that. That's where things are really critical.